So then, of course, we had this really interesting piece from someone on Twitter that discovered that ChatGPT refuses to say the name David Meyer, and nobody knows why. So basically, this was where if you actually try and ask ChatGPT to say the name David Meyer in any sort of conversation, it would just print an error and it would just say, I am unable to produce a response, which is kind of interesting because there aren't many things that would get ChatGPT to just completely like, just produce an error like that. Of course, asking it to produce something illegal is probably going to say, I'm not able to talk about that. But this is something where it literally can't say one person's name. Now, of course, there was all sorts of investigations with as to who David Mayer is. Of course, people are really trying to, figure out why that isn't the case and, who this person is, which is, I guess you could say, kind of ironic considering the fact that this is probably someone that doesn't want that kind of attention being put on them. So I guess that is kind of ironic in a sense. But what we do have here is we do have an actual look at what OpenAI have said. So it says OpenAI had confirmed on Tuesday that the name David Meyer has been flagged by internal privacy tools and saying in a statement that there may be instances where ChatGPT does not provide certain information about people to protect their privacy. And the company would not provide further detail on the tools or process. So basically, this is something that confirms that there are certain individuals that have looked at, ChatGPT and they said, look, okay, I don't want my name in this, yada, yada, yada. And I'm guessing that maybe there's some kind of private service that OpenAI has where they're like, look, if you want your, name to not be mentioned in the software, this is something that we can do. Or maybe there's just certain things that they don't want. I know that there are other names as well. I'm not sure what their scenario is, but it seems like this is something that is official coming from OpenAI. So that solves that mystery. Now, of course, we also had Dario Amodei actually talking about his P Doom, and he actually said that he doesn't even like the term P Doom anymore.
What's your P Doom these days?
I don't really like.
You've learned your lesson on this one.
I never liked those. I never liked those words. I think they're kind of. I think they're kind of weird. I just like my view is just that like, look, we should measure for risks as they come up, and in the meantime, we should get all the economic benefits that we could get, and we should find ways to measure the risks that are effective but are minimally disruptive to the amazing economic process that we see going on now. That the last thing we want to do is slow down.
Now, one of the next things that we had here was we had OpenAI actually talk about 12 days, 12 live streams, a bunch of new things, big and small. The 12 days of OpenAI starts tomorrow. So this tweet is currently going viral.